So the technique that I'm going to demonstrate for you is called Mokume Gane, and it's a Japanese metalworking procedure, but we've adopted it with polymer clay. But as you can see, it's a way to sort of layer different types of metal to come out with sort of a wood grain. Just looking at these photographs here, and that's exactly what we do with polymer clay too, to sort of get this distinctive layering. But we can do it using a lot of different patterns. So I'm going to show you some artists, some of my favorite artists that I like to imitate when I'm doing Mokume Gane. One of them is Julie Picarello. Her website is Yellow House Designs, and not only do I love her technique in Mokume Gane, but I like her design sense. I love how she pairs colors. Her color schemes are just absolutely gorgeous. And then she just uses different tools to make these patterns. But then she's really got a sense of design when she starts putting her beads together. And she'll be the first to admit that she has a hard time doing that. She likes making the beads, but then putting them all together is a little bit more difficult for her. So she'll do things like this where you can buy the bead components and then put it together yourself. But aren't these colors gorgeous? And the patterns are just beautiful. Um, I really, really admire her work. So that is Julie Picarello, and her technique for Makume Gane is a little bit different than another artist who comes out of Scotland, Melanie Muir, and her Makume Gane technique is very, very different, where she uses stamps to stamp an impression. Even her process and her technique is much, much different. But I love her stuff. Her her jewelry is just magnificent. She's got such a sense of style, and her finishing techniques are impeccable, which sometimes is all that makes all the difference in the world between just kind of a nice piece of jewelry and one that, well, if you go out and look on Etsy, you'll see a lot of examples of mediocre attempts at making polymer jewelry because either they're beginners or they're just not really paying attention to finishing. But her finishing techniques are um, just amazing. And she's kind of gone into this kind of work, which I'm not as fond of as I am some of her earlier work, which when I took a class of hers, it was more of this kind of work. And she's probably sold out quite a few bit of that because it was really, really popular. But like this kind of work where she makes a couple of components, the finishing is beautiful, it's got a little bit of shape to it, and then puts it on a stainless steel necklace piece. I'll do both. I'll demonstrate both and show you the difference between the two. I am not as good as Melanie at getting the colors, but I will see what I can do. These are just absolutely beautiful. Aren't those gorgeous? Anyway, so those are really two good examples of excellent Makume Gane.